Lily's Purple Plastic Purse by Kevin Henkes, an author study completed by Sammy Custer. Lily loved school. She loved the pointy pencils, squeaky chalk, the way her boots went clickety-clack down the hallway, the privacy of her own desk, and even the fish sticks in the cafeteria. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. Mr. Slinger was as sharp as a tack. Instead of saying things like "Greetings, students," he would wink and say "Howdy." And he always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly, crunchy, and cheesy. "Wow," said Lily. "That was just all about she could say. Wow." Lily decided that she wanted to be a teacher when she grew up, just like Mr. Slinger. Lily would even pretend being Mr. Slinger at home. When students had free time, they were allowed to go to the light bulb lab where they could creatively express their ideas. Lily would often draw pictures and write stories about Mr. Slinger and would tell her stories to the class during share time. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That was about all he could say. Wow. One Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters, and best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune when it was opened. Lily wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Listen to our story." But Lily had a hard time listening. Lily really wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Let's be considerate of our classmates." Lily had a hard time being considerate. Lily really wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Wait until recess or sharing time." But Lily could not wait. Lily just couldn't help it. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny, and the purse played such a nice music, and not to mention how excellent it was for storing school supplies. "Look!" Lily whispered fiercely. "Look, everyone! Look what I've got!" Everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger, who was not amused. "I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day," said Mr. Slinger. "They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home." Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone, her quarters were gone, and her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat the snack Mr. Slinger served before recess. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought, and she thought, and she thought. And then she became angry. And she thought, and she thought, and she thought some more. And then she became furious. And she thought, and she thought, and she thought a bit longer. And then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her purple plastic purse back. "It's a beautiful purse," said Mr. Slinger. "Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class." "I don't want to become a teacher when I grow up," Lily said as she marched out of the classroom. On the way home, Lily opened her purse, and her glasses and quarters were inside. And so was a note from Mr. Slinger, which said, "Today was a difficult day, but tomorrow will be better." There's also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. Lily sat in the uncooperative chair for a long time after school. After lots of thinking, she drew a new picture and wrote a new story about Mr. Slinger. In the story, Lily apologizes to the class and Mr. Slinger. Her mom and dad also helped Lily out. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lily to take to school for the next day. "I think Mr. Slinger will understand," said Lily's mother. "I know he will," said Lily's father. The next morning, Lily got to school early to give Mr. Slinger his tasty cheese snacks. "These are for you, Mr. Slinger, because I'm really sorry." Mr. Slinger read his new story. He looked at his new picture, and he tried his tasty cheese snacks. Afterwards, he asked Lily, "Well, what do you suppose we do with the mean picture?" "Well, can we just throw it away?" asked Lily. "Excellent idea," said Mr. Slinger. That day, during sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many uses and unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, shiny quarters, and glittery movie star sunglasses. Lily and Mr. Slinger even used them as props for a fun dance. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but did not disturb a soul. Right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" he asked Mr. Slinger. "A teacher," everyone responded. Lily's response was the loudest. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. As the pupils filed out of the classroom, Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. In the end of our story, Lily's purple plastic purse, Lily draws Mr. Slinger a nice picture and decides she does want to be a teacher after all. What was it that made Lily change her mind? Also, what were some adjectives she used to describe Mr. Slinger in the last story she wrote? How were they different from the adjectives from the second story she wrote when she was furious? Compare and contrast the adjectives she used when she was angry and when she was happy about Mr. Slinger. Lily's Purple Plastic Purse is one of my favorite children's stories. Not just because of the cute narrations or characters, but I love how it introduces character vocabulary such as considerate and cooperative, being creative, what it means to be fabulous, how you feel when you're furious, and other words such as those. It's really good for the younger grades because it helps them learn how to be a good citizen in the classroom by seeing the example in Lily's story about what to do and what not to do. It also gives many literacy trait activities for the primary grades like first and second grade. Students can use these stories to find nouns, adjectives, verbs, define new words, come up with true or false statements. There are plenty of literacy units that can be used on this book as well as other Kevin Henkes stories.